Okay, folks, here we are Monday evening. And normally I would do my normal paint session. But depending on who's around, we may talk about something different, including what I got in the mail today. But we got the Panzerjäger one. We had a kind of unsuccessful session last night. Nobody came on. I needed to get some stuff done. I figured I might as well film it. What's going on here? Oh, this is running in over here. All right, let's untangle this thing. And let's set this to we're not plugged in. Yeah, that's what happens when I move the computer. Things get unplugged. Let's plug this back in so we don't run out of juice halfway through this. Hey, what's up, man? I need to sign in as what do you call that thing? Incognito. So I can make sure that we don't have any shady folks come by. Let's see, how do I do this? We're back. Not on the same screen I'm normal. Let's just close everything. All right, let's go here. There we go. New incognito tab. And the easiest way to search for my own site is just to type in, oh, this time it's tiny. Okay. That's not a commercial that I picked because I would not have done a healthcare.org commercial. All right. So I got a couple things in the mail. One of them I was told it was coming, and I got it in. And the other one isn't going to be in here for a while, and it came early. And I'm going to move this stuff off to the side because I'm going to need some area here to operate in. One of them was something Marcus sent me, and that came in. I actually did an unboxing video of it, but I got home, had to go grocery shopping, eat, shower, watched a show with a wife. Now I'm on. It's a little later than I would have liked to, but it happened. Just trying to fit everything in, fitting all the food groups in. But I talked about using a credit I had gotten from Amazon to get the Panzertruppen book. I got Panzertruppen 1 in. The second one's still on order. And this is actually another book that said it was coming with the Panzertruppen 2 book. And this is a book I actually have on Audible. I know, why did you get this thing on an actual book of it if you have it on Audible? Because the Audible one has so much detail, and I can't digest all of it while I'm driving. Also interested in this silly string thing I mentioned last night. Okay, you talking about the paint? I'll show you a picture of it. Yeah, it's we'll get to that. Don't let me forget. Okay, you're on watch. It's your turn to watch me. So this is a book called Desert Armor, and they actually make two of them. This one is from Beta Farm to Operation Crusader. The second one is like Gazala to Tunisia. And I'm listening to this, and there's all kinds of freaking scenarios. What does this book look like? I didn't realize it was an Osprey book. Well, if it's an Osprey book, it's going to have lots of diagrams and stuff. And it's just full of so much stuff in here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's got all kinds of details, involving like individual actions. I don't know where this is right now, but it talks about um, Colonello Lorenzo Davanzo, commander of the Ninth Battaglione Light Cars, was chosen to lead the column, which consisted of one battalion of Libyan infantry mounted in Lancia 3 RO trucks, Captain Rizzi's 3rd Company of 8th, mounted with 16 tankettes, battery of 4 77-28 field guns, all kinds of stuff on here, Around 1100, the British advanced with the 2 armored car troops swinging wide around the Italian flanks in order to cut off their retreat. While Evans' tanks headed straight for the Italian column, 7 Italian tankettes vainly tried to counterattack the approaching British tanks, but were shot to pieces some at point-blank range. The Italian artiglieri, led by Tenente Raffaele Bonanno, fired repeatedly at the Italian tanks with HE rounds. Their inability to traverse prevented them from scoring any hits on the move. I mean, just all kinds of stuff on here. Just all kinds of like super deep. You think, oh, Osprey book. It's not going to have a lot of detail in it. Well, this one does. First of all, I didn't know it was an Osprey. And now I've read one of his. I've read one of his audio books on Audible by this particular author, and it was basically like. I think I finished it. 41 and 42 in Russia, the German tank stuff. So there's all kinds of juicy bits in here. And, yeah. Really cool stuff. And this is like a half off book. So this is, I don't know what this thing retails for. Oh, it's also, I should say in the back. But it doesn't. I got this for like $18 or something like that. And it's used. Bullshit. This may have been open once. It's like brand new. So... Check out the used options on Amazon, okay? So, we're going to be taking notes on that. So, even though I did do an unboxing video, well, let's see, you asked me about the silly string thing. So, what I'm talking about in particular are these colors right here, okay? This is AKs, and they have real color ones that are called real color. And real color, I believe, are enamels. These are acrylics, and they're the 3rd generation, acrylic. Scale reduction factor. Yeah, they all say that. Acrylic paints developed and produced by AK Interactive. Acrylic colors for brush. For airbrush, dilute with water or AK 11500 thinner. Yeah, I tried thinning them with water, and it didn't go really well. It didn't go well at all. And as a matter of fact, when they sprayed, now they might brush paint okay, which means that these suck for brush painting. The ammo MIGs suck for brush painting, but you can airbrush them right out of the container. But don't trust the color, because some of the colors are... that's the one thing I've learned this last couple weeks. Go with your own instincts. Like, okay, like try it, but like if it doesn't seem right, you don't have to use it. It's like, this light stone. So I got this because I wanted to get the base color for the counter. So the counter has 2 colors as base color. Portland stone or light stone. And supposedly it depends on the availability that was available. So if they didn't have light stone, they used Portland stone or what have you. But it's basically these 2 as the background color, and then these 2 in the dazzle. Okay, so there's no light blue. And if you go online and you can look for the Vallejo equivalents. I believe this dark color is like German field gray or something like that, and this one is something else. So I saw these at the hobby sale at the convention I went to. I'm like, oh, let me pick these up because AK didn't have theirs. But when I started spraying this, and I'm not saying these suck, because I got some thinner coming. So we're going to try to make these work. But when I started spraying them, I'd have to take pictures really. That, it just, it's actually three-dimensional. It almost looked like a popcorn ceiling, the way it was coming out. And meanwhile, there's the ones from AK. Because I had actually gotten, when I went to the store, I actually got the two AK colors for the base and got them. So I was all set until I saw this at the hobby thing. I'm like, let me get these for these other colors. And yeah, so to be continued. But I'm not saying they suck. I'm just saying that we're going to get the thinner. We're gonna get them to make them work. However, the colors are way off. The colors just seem really weird. So this is the AK color, and of course this isn't the end result yet. Okay, because we're going to do a brown wash. We're going to dry brush this again. We're going to come up. So whatever you see at this stage, like, well, that's not going to turn out well. Well, we're not done. So this is the AK Portland stone equivalent. It looks almost like bone white. And the other one, which looks very yellow. Oh, why don't I just show you the actual fucking vehicles? How about that? No. These are the two colors. Okay, and we've done some. I don't like calling modulation. We've forced highlights in places that I mean, I might as well. The only reason I'm doing this is to practice trigger control on the airbrush. That's the only reason I'm doing that. But it seems to work pretty well. So what I'm going to plan on doing them, I don't know. I may do the counter on one and one on the other. I want to read more about what Matilda unit's going to be, because I'm going to probably paint my own symbols on them. Maybe not the armor division markings, but we'll see. So to be continued. And this is the Italian tank after the brown wash. We haven't re-highlighted it again, but this was, I used the Vallejo color equivalent, which they said to use green ochre. So this is green ochre with the brown filter on it. It's just Agrax Earth Shader. What's it called? Strong tone? Strong tone. And the camouflage is actually German uniform. So it's a very grayish green. And of course, that's the Panzerjäger that we've been working on as well. Okay, we got a question. Where did you find the storage rack on your desk for the paint? Well, which one? Okay, so what do you mean which one? Well, I have several. So this is the original one that I got. This is actually, I picked this up at Michael's. Let me see if you can give you a full view here. This is actually two storage racks. But these are actually meant for a desktop organizer to sit on top of your desk. So like, say if you had a big desk where you were there and you're an executive and you needed to fire people, right? This would actually sit on the desk like this. So this would be the top, and this bottom would actually rest on the surface. So it would be angled like this. It'd be low here, and then high over there. And it would sit on your desk. So what I did is I just stood it up. And this is what all my Vallejo paints were in. But I realized I didn't have a place to put the cheapy paints. So I decided to get one of these. And I did the math, and I'm like, okay, I know about how many I have. Let me get the big one, And so that's what I got. And I got that online. I don't remember what the name of the company was, but it was about $70. And it was a pain in the ass to put together because it's made out of MDF. So the problem with MDF is it's really, really tight fit. And it also comes in this color. It's the same color as this. Well, I don't want that eyesore on the wall. I've got everything here in this house is damn near white everything. Okay? So I don't want that to be an eyesore. And this is already white, so let's keep the white thing going, right? So it doesn't look like, So I ended up sealing it, and I ended up, I think I used spray paint. Anyways, and then, of course, it made it ever so thicker, and then the pieces didn't want to fit together. It was a pain in the ass. It works well because it's only put together with wood glue, but I'm not getting another one of those. Like, they make this kind of paint as well. I'm like, I'll use this. I'll use this that I have, so But there's all kinds of stuff online, you know. I wanted to get one of those organizing things to put like some of my hobby stuff because I got, I got things that I'm putting in here. But the big problem is when I'm working on them, I'm usually not wearing glasses. So if that's like 3 feet away from me, I can't really see what's going on over there. So if I had it closer to me, but those things are like $70 or $80, and it's MDF again. Like I found one that I like, but it was like made out of MDF. I'm like, I don't want to fight that again. That was more frustrating to put together than any separate link track model, anything. So I don't want to put another MDF thing together that I have to paint like that. I don't have a problem with like MDF buildings or something like that. It was just because they were interlocking. And I had to pre-paint it. I had to paint it before I put it together because you don't want like the center of where the paints are to be not white, So I needed to pre-paint everything. So it was one of those things that in my mind I thought, oh, I'll have this done in an evening, right? Like I'll give up one day of like creating stuff to put my, it took like freaking a whole week. I messed with that a whole week basically. So like it's done. So, but it works well, but it was a pain. I actually got that before I had the airbrush. Otherwise, I probably would have airbrushed all white. So, Marcus isn't here. Well, I'm gonna steal his thunder. I've already told him that I got his package and it was awesome. And he sent me a bunch of figures. I did an unboxing of them and the video's not ready. I shot the video already, but he sent me a bunch of plastic figures that you finally found a use for the new Sticky Agrax Swamp Ass Shade. It works great over Vallejo new wood for pre-20th century barrels. Oh, I have that. Is it Vallejo that has that shitty wood? Somebody has that wood that's watery as crap. Who is that? Is it Vallejo? If it is, it's a color I never used. Is it this one? Natural wood. Is that the color you're talking about? Now, there's one that was like super watery. Who made it? Shit, it might not have been Vallejo. I got it a long time ago. And I was like, this is crap. Like the only Vallejo color, if it was Vallejo, it was the only Vallejo color that wasn't any good. It was almost like a wash or something. Vallejo wood grain. Yeah, Vallejo wood grain. Where's that motherfucker? That thing was so disappointing. That thing was so, I don't know what it's meant for. Like, you're supposed to put like a light color and then put it over it. I like painting the wood grain on. I mean, I think I'm fascinated by being able to do that. You're welcome, Doug. Questions are always welcome. Questions are always welcome. It's supposed to be used as a wash. Well, that's no good. I've only now started washing things for the hobby. Come on, man. So he sent me all these plastic figures. And first of all, I was surprised that, well, he pays attention. He can ace the quiz. He knows what I'm working on. He knows what I have. He knows what I doesn't have. I basically talk about everything that I have. So, but he sent me, what was really interesting about these plastic figures is they were by a manufacturer I have never used before. Most of them were by Strelitz, which, if you look at them on Plastic Soldier Company, they look pretty good. But they're actually fairly hard, meaning you don't want to do all that work and then all of a sudden, they fall apart. The paint flakes off of them, But he sent me here a variety of different things here. Let's just say I was really surprised. I'm still going to put the video out. But all kinds of stuff, including long-range desert group guys. He just had extra sprues, like it come with like 4 sprues. So, Italians. I have no Italians. I don't even have it. That's like the first Italian thing I've ever painted that wasn't a ship. 'Cause I had lots of Italian ships. Um, yeah, as long as the paint holds on these figures, they're going to paint up great because they've got good detail. Another set of Italians, which is different. None of these figures are repeated. Pretty freaking awesome. So, nice, nice figures. U.S. infantry in trench coats, like snow U.S. infantry. I got none of them. I have none of these guys. Like for like Bulge or something like that. Battle of the Bulge. U.S. early war infantry. Could almost work as Filipinos. I said that in the video. You know, there's only two things I don't like about plastic figures, okay? That they can be too bendy, which means you could paint them and the stuff could come off. And if they have any flash, you have to slice it off. You can't just scrape it. Other than that, the details on a lot of them are really, really good. So, you know, don't discount that they're plastic figures. They look just fine, you know. I know some of my viewers are going to have a hard-on for these guys. Aussies. Aussies for the desert. I guess you could use them for something else, but these guys are for the desert. And the funny thing is, it's like a squad. It's like a squad of guys. So, I actually looked through. I have a couple scenarios that have that. That's what the Australians have. They have one squad. So it's like perfect. U.S. tank crewman from. Oh, this guy is grabbing the pistol wrong. He's using the teacup. Look at that sissy using a teacup hold on the pistol. Oh, man. He must have learned it from the movies. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you need to get to the range a little bit longer. A little more. You guys can go to the range in England, can't you? I mean, you got to use 22s, but okay. So... yeah, these are cool figures. And these three are nips. Which now we got lots of nips now that can be, you know, we can make like a big pile of nips, just, you know, dead nips. When they're coming in with their suicidal attacks. These are nice figures. I think they'll paint up just fine. As long as I want to look through here. He said, guess which one my favorite figure is? Of all of them. Bunch of close combat guys. And these are like the jungle guys. You got guys with scrim on here. Look at these scrimmy dudes. All kinds of leafage and stuff. This guy's got so much leaf on it. It almost looks like one of those feathered serpent type headgears from an Aztec. Nice, nice figures. Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go to the Pacific. I actually saw a photo. I saved it. I don't know if it was on Facebook that I saved it. It may have been on Facebook. Let me look at my saved items. It came on across a couple days ago, and it was really pretty cool. Let me see if I can find it. No, I don't see it there. So let me look under my gallery and see if I saved it in the gallery. I did not. But this guy had made like this diorama in like 1/350th scale in the Philippines in 1944 with little tanks and trucks and stuff. And it was like, it looked really good. And they were really, really small. Um, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it on here. So, so apparently there's like a big problem with people like I take people with their face value. I don't assume that there's sinister people out there, or there's that many, or obfuscators, or what have you. And on a couple of these modeling sites, are these guys that are trying to get you to send them money to buy. They put pictures of other people's stuff on there. And this guy on one of these sites that I'm a member of has a bunch of these vehicles. Even though it's a 1/72nd scale group, he's got 1/35th scale modelers models. That's the first thing that signs that's the first sign that it's off. But he had this Tiger tank. Look at the number on this Tiger tank on the turret. 3818. 3818. Four digits, and the first digit isn't a one, it's a three. So I wrote the guy and I said, "Hey, listen, so there's 38 companies in that Panzer division?" He's like, "Yes, sir." I'm like, "You fake fuck." You know what you're talking. You're perusing, trying to sell things that, you try to rip people off. If I didn't say that, whatever. 3818. Yeah, that's not a good Tiger tank number. Even that game that I like so much, whatever the hell it's called, Call of whatever, Ostfront, Gates of Hell Ostfront, has wrong numbering systems. You'll run into like a Czech 38 that ends in a 7, like the digit. I'm like, no, that's wrong. That last number should never be higher than 5 for the Germans. Unless you're specifically making a wrong number on purpose, you know. Anyhow, so that came in the mail. So, um, so that's pretty cool because I was eyeing those two Italian sets. So I got like two squads of Italians and a squad of Brits. That's pretty cool. Plus all the Japanese and stuff. But these 3D prints are so freaking good. I don't want to build my other stuff. And I'm not saying the plastic model ones. Plastic model stuff is fine. Plastic Soldier Company stuff is fine. But just stuff that I've got to like repair and stuff, I'm like, that's just not worth my time. Why should I spend 12 hours on trying to make something like a piece of junk look good? It's still going to look like a piece of junk, So, anyhow, um, the Panzerjäger. So we, I'm having mixed feelings about whether the inside of this should be white or not, because it is an interior. I don't think it's going to look good with a white interior, but I did see a picture today of a refurbished vehicle and it had a white interior, just like this bottom part was white. I don't think I'm going to make mine white. I think I'm going to leave it gray. I think it just looks not. It just looks like it's not. It doesn't look right. So, um, but I don't think, being how it's 9 o'clock, I don't think I'm gonna do any painting tonight. I think we're gonna push that off. I'm gonna go publish this video that I already shot. Um, you could tell how excited I am when I open that up, and we'll just we'll start on a day that we can start a little bit fast, a little earlier, because it's already almost 9 o'clock. So, and it is a work night. So, but anyways, thanks for coming by, and we will see you guys on the next one. It was only 30 minutes. Yeah, that's mainly what I wanted to do. Just kind of talk about what came in the mail. So. We've got some reference materials that'll be really good to answer questions I may have. on and make decisions on, like, oh, if I want to do some Rolls Royce